Hello, friends. This is Christopher Niño Arca from the City of God Ministry, and you are watching our Bible review program. So, before we proceed with our Bible review, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you will be updated of any of our future video uploads. And also, if you like the contents that we make here in this channel, please support the City of God Ministry so that we can further on our mission of evangelization. All right? And our ministry depends on donations and sponsorships, so we can do our Bible fellowships all around the Archdiocese of Manila. Details on where you can send your donations are posted on the description of this video. Moving on, what we are currently reviewing will be this second edition of the Berean Standard Bible. This was sent to me by Mr. John Isett of the Bible Hub Publishers in exchange for an honest review. I have actually reviewed this translation, which is this one. This was sent to me. This first edition was sent to me also by Mr. Isett last September 10, 2021. And this version of the second edition came to my doorstep last February 21, 2023, and we will be taking a closer look at this as we proceed. Alright, so this version of the Berean Standard Bible belongs to the premier Bible selection of the Berean of Bible Hub Publishing, and this genuine leather used is what they call the Tosca Cowhide Merlot, and this one, which was given to me, is in color brown. And if you could see, it has a pebbly grain look and feel, both at the front, the spine, and at the back. You could see how pronounced the grain of the leather here. It is rough. The feel of the leather is rough, and if you check this out, the leather is a bit thick. It's a bit stiff, but it's okay with me. Now, if you check the floppiness of this Bible, now you could probably control the floppiness of this Bible. Take a look. The design of this Bible is rather simple. I sort of like the design. It is rather simple. I like it that way. Fancy designs actually never catch my attention. Now, if you would check the perimeter stitching, it is color brown, and it goes from the front to the spine up to the back, and it is color brown, and it also shows inside as well, the perimeter stitching. You see how the corner work has been done? I kind of like it as well. Here are the details on the spine. Gold stamping, the Holy Bible, Berean Standard Bible. There are slightly raised spine hubs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the way they made the cover not only catches attention, it actually draws more of the attention, making you want to hold it and to pick it up. More reason for you to read from the Bible, from this Bible. Now, here are the dimensions of the Bible. We'll base it from the cover. Okay, the length is 8 3/4. The width is 6 1/4 inches, and the thickness is 1 1/4 of an inch. Seems to me this could be compared actually with other thin line editions of the other publishers, which we will actually compare it in a short while, making this specific Bible very mobile. It could be your everyday carry Bible. Now let us compare this BSB with my ESV diadem with Apocrypha from Cambridge. Now if you could take a look at their length, most probably you could say that they have a similar length. With the width, take a look at that. I bet they're somewhat similar as well, right? But what they differ in the thickness. So before we open this Bible up, I would like to show you the gilding of this Bible. Now, you will notice that the gold gilding is rather, of this specific Bible, is rather glittery and shiny. I think they really put up an effect of a glitter here. And also, if you take a closer look, it seems to me there's an art gilt here as well. It seems to be like color salmon under gold. And here we have 3 ribbon markers, which if you would take the measurement, it would be 3.5 inches in excess. Now for the head and tail bands, we have it in color gold. Now definitely this is you could see the signatures here in the Bible, which makes this Smithsonian. I have read from this Bible a few times already, but it seems to be, it still fights to stay open if you would start from the cover as you open along. But if you would adjust the Bible, like here, you open it from the middle, and then you go back to the book of Genesis or any part here at the beginning, you would see how they lay open. So it depends on how you will open the Bible. So you would see how this one lays flat. As you can see, this is a paste down liner. What they used here is a simple cardstock, both at the beginning and at the end. You will find that the same at the end of the Bible. Now as we go along, here we have the title page, we have the copyright page, table of contents, preface and publication and sharing. Alright, here's the thing. If you're new with the translation, I suggest that you read all the details here so that you would familiarize yourself as you use this Berean Standard Bible. Now, if you're familiar already with the translation and already have copies of the previous editions or whatsoever, you would see that all the details here are the same with the first edition. Now let us proceed with the text block itself. Now as you can see, this is a 2-column format. You could see that this is a 2-column format. Translator's notes at the bottom. Now the measurement would be as follows. Each column is actually 50 centimeters wide. Now there's an in-between. There's an in-between here, and this is somewhat measured at 10 centimeters. The same with your outer margin, with the top and the bottom. Here a slightly over 10 centimeters for your inner margin. Now for the layout, I'll show it to you. Page numbers and page contents aligned with the outer margin. Now the color, the paper is clean. The color is rather white actually, and somehow it feels rather slippery, and if you would put it against the light, there would be a little bit of sheen to it, but it would not be distracting. Now let us compare the second edition with the first edition. Now if you already have the first edition, you could make the comparison yourself, but as you can see here, they have exactly the same layout, the same pagination, the same layout of the page. All right, see here, page 238, Deuteronomy 19:14, chapter 20, laws of warfare, and as you can see, they have the same details on the footnotes. and it goes all the way through the entire Bible. Now, this second edition is a smaller size of the first edition. Now, if you're already familiar, if you have already familiarized yourself with the first edition, you won't get lost here. So it's like you're having a bigger version, which is this one, the BSB, and the smaller version here. You could definitely use this as your everyday carry. So if you would want an everyday carry BSB, this is the perfect choice for you. Okay, so as I open the pages here, actually the same thing with the first edition. Every book starts with its own page, like this one, and also there is no introduction to the books. Since this is a text-only Bible, definitely this would be an easy Bible to read. If you would take a look on how clean and crisp the prints are, you could read from this with such ease. Now, your eyes won't be stressed in making a long time. I mean, if you're reading here for a long time, your eyes would not be stressed at all. And here, if you could take a look, there's minimal ghosting in this paper. You won't be able to see much of the back. You won't be distracted, so you would be able to read with so much ease here. Now let me show you the poetry section here of this Bible. Like the first edition, you could see how attractive the poetry style here in the BSB. The poetry here is very attractive. Now, as we go along to the New Testament, you could see that there's no clear division between the Old Testament and the New Testament. It goes straight its way to the Gospels. Like here, from Malachi, we're moving on with Matthew. Now, the New Testament here, the words of Christ are not in red, definitely not in red, they are in black. Alright, and so I would like to show you also here in the New Testament, whenever they make any reference to the Old, they don't change the fonts or anything. They just print it together with the text, and they just put only a single quotation mark to identify their reference to the Old Testament. I know there are others who would like to see any clear distinction between references to the Old Testament. Now, if that is the case, this Bible is not for you. But for me, although I do prefer it also that way, I don't mind BSB doing it this way as well. Now let us proceed to the end of the Bible. Here, this is the last page on Revelation. Now here we have the table of weights and measures, and that's it. Now what I do like with this specific BSB is that they don't do any distinction for the longer ending of Mark. Now let me show that to you. This is what I mean. They didn't make any clear distinction between the shorter version or the longer version. Now it flows rather smoothly with no brackets or anything, which is, for me, it should actually be, because the longer version is actually included still in the gospel, in the text itself. Some Bibles would rather have it footnoted, other translations, but here in this Bible they really included these texts as part of the scripture. Okay, so but what can I say? What I can say about this translation is how it maintains the simplicity and beauty of the reading experience. What can I say more about this Bible? Definitely this takes a spot on my everyday reading of scriptures. this definitely I would be reading from this Bible after I'm done with my RSV. And definitely this would be part of my schedule in reading. So will this be included in my everyday carry? Well, we will see. But for those BSB lovers out there, you will definitely want to check this Bible out. Alright, so see you all, and God bless.